Hello everybody, my name is Wattles, how you doing? The Nether update. After what feels like forever, the update is finally here. I love the sounds of that. The Nether update is one of Minecraft's biggest updates ever. It totally revamps the Nether. There's definitely a lot to take in this update. In today's video, we'll be doing just that. In this video, we'll be checking out everything that has been added to Minecraft in the 1.16 update. Now, today's video is going to be a long one, so I'm going to go ahead and leave timestamps to major sections of this video down in the description below. If you need to skip around, they're down there for you. There's a lot of features. Honestly, this video could be hours long, but I'm going to try and not do that. We'll be checking everything out, and I'll give a little bit of depth where it's necessary, but if you're looking for even more information, check out my Nether update playlist. I'll leave it on the end card of this video. If you like this video, elites, make sure you show it some love. Punch that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. A brand new series is on the way in less than 24 hours. It'll be out tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Keep your eyes out for it. With such a massive update, there's no easy place to start. So, I think we're going to start by checking out the brand new Nether update biomes. The very first biome can be found right here. Take a look at this red place. This place is known as the Crimson Forest. The Crimson Forest is a pretty dangerous biome. Inside of the Crimson Forest, you'll find piglins, zombified piglins, and hoglins. You'll also find a lot of red plants. But it gets better. Take a look at the better Nether Forest biome. The better Nether Forest biome is known as the Warped Forest. The Warped Forest is blue. This is a really cool atmosphere in the Nether. Before this update, obviously, the Nether was all about red. This biome really stands out. The Warped Forest biome is also pretty dangerous. You'll find Enderman spawning in this place. The next new biome is known as the Soul Sand Valley. The Soul Sand Valley biome is probably the most dangerous new biome out of all of them. The Soul Sand Valley is all about range. In the Soul Sand Valley, you'll find skeletons and ghast spawning. Pair mobs that attack you from a distance with a block that makes you move slow, and you have a recipe for a dangerous place. In the Soul Sand Valley biome, you'll also find gigantic fossils on the ground and basalt pillars connecting the ceiling to the floor. Pretty evil looking. But honestly, I feel like this biome is a little bit more evil. This biome is the Basalt Deltas biome. The Basalt Deltas biome was the last biome added in the Nether update snapshots. This biome is the remnant of an ancient volcanic explosion. It's very difficult to navigate. Inside of the Basalt Deltas biome, you'll find magma cubes spawning. You're also going to find quite a bit of basalt. Blackstone generates here in large quantities as well. The 4 new biomes are of course all really cool, but what about the old Nether? Well, old Nether fans, don't worry, it's still there if you like it for some reason. The biome is now known as the Nether Waste biome. Pretty much nothing has changed with this place. If you update an existing world to Minecraft 1.16, the old Nether, the Nether that you've already generated, will now be known as the Nether Waste biome. The Nether Waste biome also generates some new chunks. Again, not too much new here. Not that interesting. Next up, the mobs. The Nether update adds a handful of new mobs. We'll start with the new ruler of the Nether, the Piglin. This right here is a Piglin. Out of all the new mobs that were added in 1.16, Piglins definitely have the most depth. The Piglin's instinct is to hate you, but don't worry, if you have gold, you can put that gold on, and then the Piglins actually don't care about you. Piglins love gold. To the Piglin, anything gold is pretty much the best thing in the world. If you try and mine gold blocks around them, they're going to get mad at you and attack them. If you have gold ingots, though, you can give them to the Piglins, and they'll actually barter with you. They stare at the ingot for a little bit, and then, wait for it, they'll throw something at you. That thing is usually Nether related. Some of the bartering loot is actually pretty good, too. Now, Piglins don't only care about gold, they also care about chests. If you open up a chest near a Piglin, they're going to get mad at you. So you're going to have to figure something else out. Hey, guys, why don't you... Okay, well, they're meant to get mad at you. The Piglins, also known as kawaii anime girls, may seem tough, but if you show them any kind of blue fire, they're going to freak out. They don't like that stuff at all. Why? No clue. They just hate it. I guess blue fire is kind of weird. Piglins will act in groups. If you attack one, they're all gonna attack you. They'll hunt hoglins from time to time, and they hate wither skeletons. They're terrified of our next mob. The next Nether update mob isn't exactly new. This guy is known as the zombified piglin. The zombified piglin is basically the new zombie pigman. If you take a piglin to the overworld, they will immediately start shaking and eventually turn to these guys right here. In survival, there's no way to stop that process from happening. The next new Nether mob is basically Big Chonk. This right here is a hoglin. The hoglin was actually named by the community, so if you named the hoglin, big shout out to you. The hoglin's brain is a whole lot smaller than the piglins, but they are very, very dangerous. You don't want to mess with these creatures. If you manage to remove a hoglin from existence, you'll be rewarded with pork chop and leather. Hoglins have a baby and adult variant, and they will both attack you. Again, be really careful around these creatures. They are aggressive. And finally, to make things even worse, if you get attacked by an adult hoglin, you're probably going to go flying. Their attack has some knockback. If you're not properly geared up, just run from these creatures. Don't even mess with them. But thankfully, it couldn't get any more aggressive, right? Hey, wrong. Take a look at this mob right here. That right there, the thing that just sunk into the lava, that's a zoglin. Now, zoglins also aren't very smart. Zoglins are zombified versions of the hoglin. These creatures are created when a hoglin makes its way into the overworld. Just like piglins, if a hoglin is put in the overworld, it will immediately start shaking and eventually turn to one of these things. Zoglins are ultra aggressive creatures and will attack pretty much anything in Minecraft. And when I say anything, I mean, like, literally anything. They will just attack those things on sight. Why? No clue at all. They are just angry creatures, and definitely something that you're going to want to avoid. And finally, last but definitely not least, the coolest new nether mob, the Strider. Take a look at the Strider. The texture is amazing. This mob is unlike anything else in Minecraft. Well, kind of. You can think of the Strider as sort of the horse of the nether. The Strider is meant to be ridden. Grab a saddle, put it on the Strider, jump on top of the Strider, hold a warped fungus on a stick, and then you can use the Strider to cruise around the lava. Yes, even in survival mode, it works. It's really cool. Striders are amazing and also adorable. They're really cool, and they're also actually the only nether mob that will never attack the player. They're nice. So those are the Nether Update mobs. Next, let's take a look at the two brand new structures. But first, there's a new command. That command is the Locate Biome command. You can use this command to locate any biome in Minecraft. If you're looking for a warped forest, not a problem. This command will help you find it. It's really cool. Anyways though, the first new structure in the Nether Update is this thing right here. This is absolutely gigantic. This gigantic black structure is known as a Bastion Remnant. This is where the Piglins live. It's really not in the best condition. What happened to it? Not too sure. Bastion Remnants have holes all over the place. Inside of Bastion Remnants, you'll find hoglins, piglins, and maybe even magma cubes. There's also quite a bit of loot to be found inside of Bastion Remnants. Once you're geared up, these places are definitely worth checking out. The other new Nether Update structure can actually be found in both the Nether and the Overworld. The structure is known as the Ruined Portal. Minecraft now actually has a reference to nether portals in-game. Before this update, there was actually no reference to nether portals at all. You just kind of had to figure it out, make one yourself, and enter the nether. Now, you'll find these structures generating around your world. These structures are usually pretty small, but they do come with a loot chest. Now it's finally time to check out the Nether Update plants, blocks, items, and everything else. And oh boy, there is a lot of everything else. Here it all is, laid out. Let's start with some plants. Remember the Warped Forest biome? The better version of the Crimson Forest biome? Yeah, well that biome has 3 brand new nether plants. The first plant that you'll find in the Warped Forest is the Warped Root plant. The Warped Root plant can be harvested by hand. It sort of reminds me of thin netherwort. The next plant is called Nether Sprouts. Nether Sprouts are tiny, you might miss them. They blend into the ground in this biome. Nether Sprouts are basically nether grass. If you want to harvest this stuff, you'll need to get some shears. Then finally, we have the Warped Fungus. The Warped Fungus is this really cool looking blue and orange mushroom. It looks really unnatural, but I think that makes it look really cool. Now all of these new plants can be found or grown on Warped Nylium, our next new block. You can think of Warped Nylium sort of as blue nether grass. This is Warped Nylium right here. You can actually use bone meal on netherrack that is right next to Warped Nylium to grow even more Warped Nylium. But this has to be right next to the Warped Nylium. If you're spaced out, it's not going to work. Diagonals, however, will work. So yeah, if you use bone meal on top of Warped Nylium, you'll get the warped plants. The fungus actually seems to be the least common out of the 3 plants. But if you manage to get a fungus and you use some bone meal on it, you will get this gigantic, amazing looking thing right here, a warped fungus tree. Now these trees are made out of a couple new blocks. One of the new blocks is the warped wart block. The warped wart block is basically a blue version of the nether wart block, but don't get too excited. You can't craft it, you can't really do anything with it, but you can harvest it. You can harvest the stuff with your hand. These tree structures are really cool looking. But you know what's even cooler about those giant tree mushroom things? Well, you can cut them down and actually use their wood. Take a look at this stuff right here. This is a warped stem block and this is a warped hyphae block. Now to craft the warped hyphae block, you're going to use 4 warped stem in a crafting table like that, and you'll get 3 back. This is basically just like crafting those solid wood blocks. And of course, you can use an axe on both of these blocks to create stripped versions of them. You can also, of course, craft the stripped warped hyphae block. But probably even better, take that warped stem, put it in a crafting table, and craft it into warped planks. Then you can use those warped planks to craft all of these things right here. This is the first of 2 brand new wood sets added to Minecraft in the 1.16 update. The warped blocks are really cool looking. This blue wood is unlike anything in Minecraft. The door, really sweet looking. We even got a pressure plate and a button as well. This right here is the trap door. The trap door is pretty cool, pretty distorted looking. Now, the cool thing about all of these wood blocks, if you want to call them wood, is the fact that they're not burnable. The crimson wood blocks that we'll check out in a minute are also not flammable. They're great for building in the Nether. Speaking of crimson, check out the 2 brand new crimson plants. The crimson root right here looks like grass, and the crimson fungus right here. A red mushroom with cool orange spots on it. The orange spots look pretty much like lava, which is really cool. Now, just like with the warped plants, you can grow this stuff on nylium, but this time it's going to have to be crimson nylium. Crimson nylium is just like warped nylium, but it's red. Now, if you place a non-transparent block above either nyliums, eventually the nylium will die. It'll go away. The block will turn back to netherrack. That's another property that makes it kind of like nether grass. Grab crimson fungus, grab bone meal, use bone meal on crimson fungus, and boom, gigantic red tree. This red tree is pretty sweet looking. It's really close to the ground though, kind of like that warped one. Maybe should have removed that land. Now you know the deal. Cut down giant red mushroom tree thing and get crimson stem. Craft crimson stem into crimson hyphae if you want. Or you can go ahead and use an axe and strip those blocks just like you can with the warped versions. Or, even better, take those blocks, turn them into crimson planks, and then use those crimson planks to craft these evil-looking blocks right here. If you're building an evil fortress, these are definitely the blocks to go with. Look at that door. That is sweet-looking. The trapdoor over here, too, really cool-looking. This one kind of looks like the acacia trapdoor, but purple, obviously. This stuff would go terribly with acacia, though. Definitely don't use it with acacia. Honestly, as a builder, I'm super happy with the fact that Mojang decided to add 2 brand new sets of wood into the game and make both of them non-flammable as well. That is really cool of Mojang. Maybe in the future, the giant red mushroom and brown mushroom could get wood types as well. That would be cool to see. Next up, a plant. This plant right here is known as the twisting vine plant. Now, interestingly, if you want to harvest this stuff, just punch it with your hand. You actually don't need shears. If you want to grow this stuff, grab some bone meal and use the bone meal on this stuff. To make things even cooler, you can actually climb it. Just walk over to it, hold down space, and you'll actually start climbing it, which is really cool. Twisting vines grow from the floor. The next new vine grows from the ceiling. This vine is known as the weeping vine. Look at this plant right here. This is definitely that creepy nether vibe for sure. Now this plant is growing from the bottom of a nether wart block way up there. Just like with the twisting vines, you can of course climb this stuff. If you want to harvest it, just like twisting vines, punch it. That's all you have to do. If you want to speed up the growth of this stuff, use bone meal on it and it'll grow. You'll be able to find twisting vines in the warped forest biome and weeping vines in the crimson forest biome. The colors match the biomes. Now, you can actually find this cool looking light block growing inside of both of those giant trees. This block right here is known as shroom light. It has a cool sound when you place it. Listen. Kind of cool sounding. This block has a light level of 15. You can harvest this block with a hand, or if you're going for tools, use a hoe. And finally, somewhat related to all of those plant blocks, this thing right here, the warped fungus on a stick. The warped fungus on a stick's use is to control the strider's movement. How do you craft it? Well, pretty straightforward. Fishing rod, warped fungus, just like that. That'll craft you one of these things. Hold this in your hand while you're on a strider and you'll be able to control its direction. Use it, like press the use button while you're on a strider and it'll speed up. Pretty cool. The Soul Sand Valley, remember that biome. On the ground of that biome, you'll find a lot of soul sand, but also on the ground of that biome, you'll find a lot of this new block too. This new block is known as soul soil. Now, soul soil is a little different than soul sand. Soul sand slows your movement down. Soul soil does not slow your movement down. You also don't sink into soul soil. Check that out. We don't sink in. It's just pretty much a normal block. But actually, it's not really. If you light this block on fire, it will turn into this blue fire right here, soul fire, which is really, really cool. Soul fire is twice as dangerous as normal fire, so don't stand in it. But this is actually not all the soul soil does. Soul soil is also an important crafting block. If you want any of these cool new blue light sources, you're going to need soul soil. First, the soul torch. The soul torch has a light level of 10. A normal torch has a light level of 14. To craft a soul torch, or 4 of them, you'll need these blocks right here. Then you can go ahead and turn those soul torches into soul lanterns. Again, light level of 10. A little bit dimmer than a normal lantern, which has a light level of 15. To craft the thing, you pretty much craft a normal lantern, but with a soul torch. Finally, a soul campfire. Predictably, craft it like normal campfire right here. If you decide to stand on this stuff for some reason, why? It'll deal 2 times the damage than a normal campfire. Now, all of these blocks are really just decorational or used for antagonizing piglins. Piglins are terrified of all of these things right here. Remember, piglin soulfire? They don't like it. They also don't like the normal soulfire block. You know, like the one that you light on soul soil. Minecraft 1.16 has some brand new ores that can be found in the nether. First, we'll take a look at this one right here. This is nether gold ore. You can find nether gold ore generating pretty much anywhere, just like you can quartz. Nether gold ore is interesting. If you decide to mine this stuff with a normal pickaxe, by the way, any pickaxe will work, you'll get in between 2 and 6 gold nuggets. If you decide to mine it with a fortune 3 pickaxe though, you can receive up to 24 gold nuggets from a single block. That is crazy. If you decide to silk touch this block, you can take it back to a furnace, smelt it up for a single gold ingot. So you have some options here. Another new nether ore block is the gilded blackstone block. You'll find this block inside of bastions. This block is very confusing. So if you mine this block, you'll have the chance to receive in between 2 to 5 gold nuggets or the block itself. It's kind of random. It's very, very confusing. You can't smelt this block up in a furnace like the nether gold ore block, so that makes it even more confusing. Piglins don't like it when you mine this block. Speaking of blackstone though, take a look at this stuff right here. This is the stuff the builders have been wanting for years. A black building block that looks really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. The blackstone block can be used to craft stone tools, or you can turn it into blackstone staircases, slabs, or walls. Or you can grab this stuff and polish it up and turn it into polished blackstone. Polished blackstone has a little bit more options. Pressure plates and buttons are included in the polished blackstone set, as well as wall blocks, slab blocks, and staircase blocks. This blackstone block is really cool looking. It has a piglin snout on it. The name is kind of long. Chiseled Polished Blackstone. But wait, if you're a fan of long names, I've got more for you. Take a look at this stuff right here. These are the polished blackstone brick blocks and their variants. There is a cracked version of this block. All of these blackstone blocks are going to be really fun to build with. They're going to work really, really well in a lot of different situations. Hey, but speaking of nether ore, we haven't mentioned a certain big nether update feature, maybe the biggest feature, ancient debris. Okay, it's not actually ancient debris, but ancient debris is where it starts. This stuff is the new rarest ore in the game. Ancient debris generates most commonly down low in the nether, like really deep, below the lava ocean. And once you find the stuff, mine it with a pickaxe, but that pickaxe will have to be a diamond pickaxe, and you'll get this block. Then take the ancient debris block back to a furnace, smelt it up, and you'll get netherite scrap. Then go back and find more ancient debris because 1 wasn't enough. Once you get your hands on 4 netherite scrap, get 4 gold ingots, go to a crafting table, place them in the crafting table just like this, and boom, netherite ingot, the best ore in the game. Diamonds are old news. This stuff is really, really cool. Now, if you're loaded and you can manage to get 9 of these things, you can craft it into the netherite block. This block is awesome looking, can be used in beacons, and it has a cool place sound. Sounds like metal. But honestly, saving up your netherite and crafting a netherite block isn't your best move right away. Instead, first you're going to want to take your netherite ingots and your diamond tools over to a smithing table, which now actually has a UI and a use. Put that diamond tool in the first slot, netherite ingot in the second slot, and boom, your diamond tool is gone. It's now been upgraded to netherite. That's right, for the first time in, like, forever, Minecraft has actually added another tool and gear set. Take a look at the netherite tool and gear set right here. Netherite armor is the best armor in the game. It has even more durability and provides even more protection than diamond armor. It also has knockback resistance. Netherite tools, best tools in the game. The swords are stronger. Just realized there's 2 swords there. There's a shovel too, don't worry about it. All of them have more durability and the tools work a little bit faster than diamond. You're gonna have to grind for these things, but if you manage to get them, it'll definitely be worth it. But wait, there's more. You don't like the netherite tools, you'd rather keep diamond. That's not a good move, but fine, it's cool. I understand. Instead, you could use that netherite ingot for this new block. This block is the lodestone block. The lodestone block looks really cool. It's pretty expensive, but would make a really cool looking floor. To craft a lodestone, you'll need 8 chiseled stone bricks and 1 netherite ingot. The lodestone is a locational block. Take a compass, use it on the lodestone, and that compass is locked to the lodestone. The compass will always point towards that lodestone. Maybe you and your friends, if you have friends, have a server. You can put lodestones in each other's bases, use a compass on those lodestones, name the compass so-and-so's base, and then boom, you have a compass that always points towards your friend's house. How romantic. By the way, compasses can now be enchanted with the curse of vanishing. How cool. Again, remember the Soul Sand Valley? Well, there's another block that you'll find generating in the Soul Sand Valley. That block is the basalt block. The basalt block can be placed in a couple different directions. We have up and down, and we have side to side. The top texture is pretty cool. Now, you can actually make a basalt generator, which is pretty nice. To make a basalt generator, you'll have to have lava pour over soul soil and touch blue ice. Then a basalt block will be made, like right there, imagining this was the generator. Basalt might be good for building, but this version of basalt might be even better. This is polished basalt. Just like with normal basalt, you can place it up and down or side to side. To craft it, at least in a crafting table, you'll need 4 basalt like that, and then you'll get 4 polished basalt in return. Minecraft 1.16 added another block that players have been wanting for years into the game. This is the chain block right here. To craft a chain, you'll need 2 iron nuggets and 1 iron ingot. Kind of expensive if you don't have an iron farm. Those ingredients will get you 1 single chain. Now honestly, the chain is entirely decorational. It doesn't really have much of a function at all. You can hang things like bells and lanterns from them, and they do look pretty cool. While we're talking about things that have been missing from Minecraft for like ever, take a look at these 2 blocks. Chiseled nether bricks and cracked nether bricks are now a thing. To craft chiseled nether bricks, easy. Nether bricks, stone cutter, chiseled nether bricks. To craft cracked nether bricks, not as easy, but still easy. Nether bricks, furnace and fuel, cracked nether bricks. Minecraft 1.16 also adds the quartz brick block. This block is so clean looking. To craft it, you have 2 options. Either 4 block of quartz in a crafting table for 4 quartz bricks, or 1 inside of a stone cutter for 1 quartz brick. Crying Obsidian, a sad, pathetic block that was in Minecraft before, has made its way back into the game in the 1.16 update. Alright, kidding about the sad, pathetic part. If you're enjoying today's video and you haven't dropped a like yet, hey, make sure you hit that like button. Thank you very much. Now, Crying Obsidian gives off a light level of 10, actually, and unfortunately cannot be crafted. If you want Crying Obsidian, you're going to have to either barter with the Piglins or loot their bastion, or you can find ruined portals around your world and take it out of those portals. Crying Obsidian is pretty much just like Obsidian, but it lets off light and you can't use it for another portal. It has this really cool dripping particle effect as well, which makes it even cooler. As soon as I talk about it though, it stops doing it, of course. There it was, right there, the purple thing on the ground. Kinda cool. Crying Obsidian is used to craft maybe one of the coolest things in the Nether update. This thing right here is a respawn anchor. The respawn anchor lets you set your spawn in the Nether. To craft one of these things, you'll need 6 Crying Obsidian and 3 glowstone. Once you craft this thing, place it down and it'll look like this. Go up to it, use a glowstone on it, and you'll give it a charge. Use another glowstone, charge it again, another one, and another one. We just gave this thing 4 charges and actually got an advancement for doing that. Now, if we go ahead and use this respawn anchor, our respawn point has been set to this point right here. If I were to, do something bad, I would actually be sent right back to this respawn anchor. It would lose a charge, but I'm right back over here now. Basically, each charge in a respawn anchor is equal to 1 respawn. After you lose a charge, you can, of course, recharge it. You can charge this thing with a dispenser loaded with glowstone. The target block. Pretty much the only Nether update block that has nothing to do with the Nether whatsoever. It's pretty cool looking. The target block is crafted with a hay bale and 4 pieces of redstone. The target block is meant to be shot at. You could use a bow, a crossbow, a trident, a snowball, a projectile. There we go. We shoot it and it gives off a redstone signal. That's the point of the target block. The signal that comes out of the target block is dependent upon where the target block is hit. If I hit this thing near the edge, the signal is going to be weaker. If I hit it in the middle, the signal is going to be stronger. Now right here, this isn't the best demo because we only have 1 block. If I were to place like 15 redstone dust, hit it right in the center, the lamp that's 15 blocks away would light up. If I hit it near the edge, the lamp wouldn't light up. You do not need a comparator to get a signal out of a target block. Minecraft 1.16 adds a brand new music disc. The music disc is called Pigstep by Lena Rain. The Pigstep music disc is found in Bastions. The song is pretty sweet. Okay, I'm not gonna let it play all the way. If you want to hear it, go in game, go into creative mode, give yourself the disc, check it out. It's cool. It's also on Spotify. I'm sure it's on Apple Music too. But the Pigstep music disc isn't the only Bastion exclusive loot. There's also a new banner pattern in 1.16. The banner pattern is the snout banner pattern. This is the pattern right here. It's a piglin snout. The Nether update adds one brand new enchantment. That enchantment is the Soul Speed enchantment. Soul Speed has 3 different levels. You can get the Soul Speed enchantment by bartering with piglins for it, by looting their bastions, or by taking out a piglin that has an enchanted pair of boots with Soul Speed on it. How do you know the boots have Soul Speed? Trial and error. Now, what does Soul Speed do? Well, Soul Speed gives you speed while you're walking on soul sand. So check this out. This is normal movement speed, very, very slow. Right here with these Soul Speed 1 boots will actually speed up a little bit. You can really notice it. It's pretty noticeable. With Soul Speed 3, we are pretty much unstoppable. This is crazy. Now, your movement speed is going to be increased on Soul Soil as well, not only Soul Sand. But gamers, there is a big downside. While you're walking on Soul Soil or Soul Sand, your boots will have a 4% chance to lose 1 durability per each block walked. It's kind of a bummer. This enchantment makes getting through the Soul Sand Valley a whole lot easier. Minecraft 1.16 adds 11 new advancements. On screen now, you can see all of the advancements and how you get them via the Minecraft Wiki. Big shout out Minecraft Wiki. The menu in the 1.16 update has been updated. Now right here is an old version from 1.16 release candidate 1. Kind of forgot to get footage, don't want to hook up my game capture again, but this is the new menu panorama. It's pretty clean. The Create New World menu has been changed as well. You can now load data packs before ever loading a world with this section right here. If you go into it, it looks like the resource pack menu, and you can now set game rules before creating a world as well. There are also some brand new world type customization options in here. Caves, floating island, cool. You can also import a custom world. There is a brand new, better graphics setting option. That setting is the Fabulous option. There's a little description of the Fabulous graphics option right here. Minecraft 1.16 added a brand new game mode switcher. If you hold down the F3 key and tap F4, the menu will pop up. If you press F4, you can scroll through the different game modes. This is a life changer. This makes switching game modes so quick and so easy. And so, in terms of new features, that's actually just about it for the Nether update, but there is one more piece of this video. Now we're going to take a look at some big changes that were made to Minecraft in 1.16. These are some of the biggest changes made to Minecraft in the 1.16 update. As of 1.16, if you're in a village, patrols will no longer spawn. Remember, to be in a village, really, you just need 1 villager, a bed, and a workstation. So you can effectively make your base 100% patrol-proof very easily, which is awesome. Unfortunately, gamers, as soon as you update to 1.16, AFK fish farms, at least how they used to be, and zero-tick farms completely, are no longer going to work. Big rip. Invisible item frames are now a thing, but unfortunately, still not in survival. To get an invisible item frame, this is the command right here that you're looking for. Go ahead, pause the video, copy that exactly, put a slash in front of it in chat, or just put it in a command block, and it'll work perfectly. Redstone has actually received quite a few major changes in the 1.16 update. I'm thinking about making a video on it. If you'd like to see that, let me know down in the comments below. One of the big things, though, this right here. If you place a redstone dust down, it's going to look like a cross. If you press the use button on it, it'll switch to a dot. Redstone now powers things logically. If it looks like it should be powered, it will be powered. Oh boy, this is huge. Minecraft walls were pretty much useless before, but now they're not. Look at this beautiful wall made out of wall blocks, not actual blocks, wall blocks. Yes, if you place wall blocks down, they will actually now connect up like walls should, and they'll link up to glass panes and iron bars. You can make some really clean looking builds with this. This is the closest that we'll ever get to vertical slabs, probably. Bone meal can now be used to grow kelp, as well as the brand new twisting and weeping vines. Food can now be placed on an unlit campfire. Minecraft bees have gotten a little bit better at staying home. Bees should now only wander up to 22 blocks from their nest or hive. This should help prevent bee loss. Minecraft farmer villagers, not like this one right here, got a whole lot smarter in 1.16. Farmer villagers can now actually compost extra seeds. They will get bone meal from the composter once it's full, and they can use that bone meal on crops as well. You can now place ladders and redstone hooks right on observers. Putting a hook on an observer gives it a weird looking nose. Lava will now move entities. If we put this item in the lava, that item is actually going to flow, kind of like water. By the way, all of your netherite gear and the ancient debris block, it won't burn up in lava. Fire now has a proper hitbox. You can see the hitbox right down there at the bottom. Dispensers got a big upgrade. As of 1.16, dispensers can now put a saddle on donkeys, pigs, striders, horses, and mules. If you're going with horses, mules, or donkeys though, they'll have to be tamed. Dispensers can put armor on tamed horses. Dispensers can put carpet on llamas. Dispensers can put chests on donkeys, mules, or llamas. Dispensers can now shear mushrooms and snow golems. If you shear a snow golem, its head will now drop, meaning the pumpkin helmet. Composters can compost all of the new nether blocks and netherwart blocks. Campfires can now be lit with projectiles. The same goes for TNT. If I place this TNT down and then shoot it with this flame bow, it will actually be ignited. Bells can now be rung with projectiles and they can hang from more blocks, including the brand new chain block. Whoops, sorry about that bell. I'm sorry, that was my bad. And of course, last but not least, they don't call it the 1.16 hoe update for nothing. Minecraft hoes have been upgraded big time in the 1.16 update. Hoes are now the tool of choice for mining all of these blocks right here, which is really big, especially if you're draining an ocean monument and trying to draw out a lot of sponges quickly. Take a look at that. Hoes can now also be enchanted via the enchanting table with these 3 enchantments right here: efficiency, fortune, and silk touch. Look at this. Watch how quickly this hoe will tear through this forest. This is unprecedented. And this is without efficiency too. Look at that. Forests, they gotta watch out. Wet sponges, they better watch out. Nether forests, they should watch out too, because hoes, they're coming for all of those things. Minecraft 1.16 was actually the hoe update. And so, at least if you made it to this point in the video, big shout out to you if you did comment waddlers down below. That is everything new in the Minecraft 1.16 update. What's your favorite feature? What's your favorite mob? But personally, I love the Strider and I really like Netherite too. I think it's an awesome addition. If there's anything huge that I missed, definitely throw that down in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash like and subscribe. Again, on the end slide, I'll put my Nether update playlist. Check it out for everything Nether update related. Brand new series coming out tomorrow, definitely Nether related, and you definitely won't want to miss it. So make sure you hit that bell too. Is there anything you want an in-depth video on? Drop that down in the comments below. It has been me, your boy Wattles. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all tomorrow with episode 1 of the brand new survival series. Goodbye, everyone.